What time is it?
It's big slappy time.
Yeah. Yes. Here we go. What a day. A day of mourning. A day of reflection as we lose yet another lizard person.
Yeah. Bury the lizard in the backyard. Flush him down the toilet.
This is a big day today. We record on Tuesdays, and this is Super Tuesday. This is
a big one.
A big one.
Is this the October surprise?
This is a little late.
A few days into November?
Yeah, see, lizards, they die over the course of like 14 days. It's like a 2-week process for a lizard. They begin to shut down. So really, we just heard former vice president.
Former businessman,
former Halliburton CEO, and, Secretary of Defense and vice president. Congressman as well, I believe, back when.
From Wyoming.
Short
King, 5'8".
Short lizard king.
Aquarius.
Oh my God, is he?
Yeah, he's a short king Aquarius.
See, I knew.
Learning and growing.
Yes.
Every day.
Richard.
Dick. Ding dong, the Dick is dead.
Ding dong, the Dick is dead. Yeah, he's no longer with us.
Yeah, Dick Cheney has finally died.
We just learned this. Thoughts. Initial thoughts.
My thoughts, I know we're like, yay, he's dead, but I am sad that he had a long, cushy life.
Yeah, 80-something.
Because I just read a thumbnail of a headline of a subtitle that said, in the wake of 9/11, upwards of like 4.5 million people dead.
On account of...
Yeah, like the aftermath. Like obviously we know 1 million Iraqis, but like they're going back. They're saying like over the decades the wheels set in motion.
Sure, the
war on terror, which he was the architect of.
I mean the torture.
The fallout
king.
there, yeah.
Loved big on torture,
yeah.
big on surveillance.
So I think part of me
domestic.
is like, I know everyone's like, Yahoo, he's finally dead. There's like the meme of the skeleton doing the claw game,
yes.
And is Dick Cheney in here? And he finally is. And I get that. I mean, I was pumped to talk about it. I was like, "Ooh, Dickie died, and we get to do the pod." But honestly, he had like a long, beautiful life.
He really did.
He got to see his children get old, and
he got to reconcile with his lesbian daughter,
who he still doesn't agree with.
Sure, but it's up to the states. Level. He wants to leave it to the states.
Yeah, the state should be involved in your sexual orientation.
Yeah. Being yourself.
I always say that. More state involvement.
I'm big on the state involvement in matters of sexual.
Yeah. Vegan. He's a vegan. I'm just going to say everything I know about
No, please.
Dick Cheney.
Give us the fun facts.
Yeah. Well, I think I'm out.
He's a lizard who doesn't eat meat.
Yeah. He's a vegan.
Right.
But that's just something rich people do for health.
Well, he was a chain smoker back in his youth who had like 9 heart attacks.
Yeah. I don't think there's an ethical...
There couldn't be.
Vegan for the wrong reasons is what I would say. To just live to be a million. How old was he?
80-something, right? Almost 90?
89. I always think everyone's 89 when they die.
Yeah. You always think I'm 89.
Darling.
When you hear my bowel movements from across the room.
Gross. What are you talking about?
You know. How old was he?
I'm looking.
All right. Google Fingers is on it.
84. Oh, no. He didn't make it to 89.
84 is still pretty nice. And like you said, took care of himself likely because doctors were just like, bro, your heart is
quiet vegan bowel,
we can only give you so many monkey hearts to a lizard. 4.5 million. I think that's a pretty substantial scoreboard there. Deaths on his hands.
Yeah, and again, it was not fact checked in any way.
No, but tracks.
I think the war on terror, we're talking about like a global
fallout.
Campaign of horrors, like
Plus, as the under Reagan and then HW more so, I think, as the Secretary of Defense, but like the first Gulf War, he was the architect of a lot of. See, he dipped in and then he dipped out to the private sector, and then as their plan was coalescing. They took, we've
dipped back.
I was worried we weren't going to be able to talk about Poppy this week. And then here comes Dick Cheney to save our Poppy streak.
Yes.
But yeah, the architect of a lot of that, he was the inner circle. It was him, H-Dub and Rummy. So it was like really, W even was the puppet.
It does seem like a conflict of interest to be like the head of an oil company and then invade a region rich with
oil. Yeah.
Yeah.
And all the subsidiaries of Halliburton as a defense contractor. Like they just had.
That doesn't even faze people anymore, though. You're like, doesn't that seem weird?
It seemed at the time. I felt like there was some energy. I think I saw this somewhere just randomly.
Thumbnail.
The two funny things. The thumbnail of a reply in the comments.
Yeah.
Was 13%, I believe, was his approval rating as Veep. So, I don't think he was well liked. I think he was always seen as the, extension of HW, as the puppeteer of Dub.
Which was good for Dubs.
Because,
Dubs
needed a puppeteer.
Yeah, he got to be he's like a dumb guy you'd want to have a beer with. There was that whole thing. He's at the grill. Oops, his pants are on fire. And Dick Cheney's the one pulling the strings.
Yes, no one could. There's no way he would have won in the first, but you couldn't have him be the face of the operation.
You can't have that was a simpler time when the president couldn't be the head of the industry.
That's right.
It could only be the vice president of the industry benefiting from the war.
The war machine industry.
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
right. They couldn't just put him in. I mean, he had
now
an
we just have
disdain.
Crypto coins, we're just on
full grift.
I just mean that we've transcended.
Yeah, for the kids, there was a time when you needed masks. It wasn't. This wasn't. It wasn't all masks off all the time.
The puppeteer could only be the vice.
That's right. That's as close as you're able to really to get those operations.
You'd get home and you'd drink your Ovaltine,
and you'd have a nice glass of Ovaltine.
And you'd say, I don't know about this Cheney character, but I thank God every day George W. Bush is in the White House.
I think that's right. That's what you could tell yourself. And he was the one, we all recall him, he was the one being whispered. He was reading to children in the moments of 9/11 as they whispered in his ear. Cheney had been in a bunker for a week, I think.
Yeah.
He was well aware of what was going to happen there and the fallout. Yeah, just a demon person for a long time.
Yeah, bad.
50 years.
Bad guy.
Bounding around. The torture stuff was big. He had a disdain for the media too. He just didn't like. Yeah. Again, this was before you could do that.
If you're doing a bunch of bad stuff, you're not going to like anybody talking about it. Exactly.
No, he shot a guy. That was a fun thing.
Oh, remember that? It was with trip. What's that kind of scatter shot?
Yeah,
bird shot.
I
okay.
think they were hunting
because it's
quail.
Maybe the worst way to be shot.
Yeah, you almost want you want some heavy. You want to just have your head blown off. You don't want to have this
Yeah, you do. Or I was thinking a clean Magnum. Through the heart.
Sure.
Maybe clean exit wound.
That's right. No, but I think he just caught in the neck and head area. No, he just had
explosive skin ripping all over buckshot, right?
Right?
Is that what it's called?
Well, no, buckshot would have a little more punch to it. Buckshot is for the big game. Birdshot is the little tiny pellets.
Yeah,
they were hunting quail.
Painful.
So I think
Wait, so they were hunting on a trip in Texas, and he shot his friend in the face.
And he just shot, like an old oil man, I think, maybe, or a Republican, maybe a lawyer. I forget who the guy was. But he was an old friend.
You don't shoot a fellow oil man.
You don't shoot a fellow oil man out on a quail hunting trip.
Interesting. Quail. Wow.
And then I remember there was a huge, obviously they wanted to try, because he was still in office at that time. This was on the back end. I think this was literally in the circa 2006.
I think you're right, because I don't think I heard about him again after he was out of office.
No, he ducked. Well,
we have a very, we have a short
Big Brat
memory.
Summer, until he was one of Kamala's biggest supporters.
Until, his daughter was raising money for the Never Trumpers.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, I mean, he literally came out and endorsed Kamala Harris for president. Because I think, again, that they were like, bro, we had a 40-year plan where we just slowly implemented all of the things. We sucked all of the money. We did all of the wars. We did all the torture. We set up the Patriot Act. We did this, and we had to do this whole dance, from HW to.
What's interesting though is people think that that's a blue ribbon for sanity to get Dick Cheney on your side, but A, no. B, I think that helps Trump in a way because he gets to look like this rogue actor who's not an insider.
That's right.
And it looks like all the swamp creatures are together.
Yes.
And I don't even think that's, I just think that's bad all around.
No, and
everybody.
I think what's funny too is if you want to like blame people want to blame, they'd rather blame Bernie supporters than they would blame, Dick Cheney, for Christ's sake. But it's like leaving the Republican Party a husk. Like they ran their hustle, which was, again, like a 40-year geopolitical maneuverings, the Mujahideen, like the stuff that building up to 9/11.
Afghanistan, yes.
All of their, like, he was a power player for decades and decades with, like you said, 4.5 million confirmed kills, unconfirmed, but confirmed.
No, on this pod, they're confirmed. I think we can safely say,
heinous. But what I'm saying is we can safely say, and yet.
We can say, but we won't.
But we won't, and we can't.
Because okay, he's Googling.
I'm Googling. Well, I'm pulling up just a fun quote from William Jefferson Clinton. So Bill Clinton quoted on Dick Cheney. He was guided by a deep belief that he was doing what was right for America. Which, interesting, that you could also read that as a politician's answer, where it's like he was what he believed to be right for America. But again, it's this it's the whitewash.
But so his company making money was what was best for all Americans.
Yes.
I don't even see an argument for that, actually.
No. But as I read that, I almost reread. He was guided by a deep belief that he was doing what was right for America. So that's not Bill Clinton saying, which would say what Bill Clinton's deal.
But do you think that's true?
No.
That's crazy.
I think, well, you know what? Here's what I will say.
Here's what
I want to
Bill's
say.
doing. Bill's like, you can't come for the politicians. We're all the dirtiest, grossest, nastiest, lizardy people. Nasty
men and women.
Yeah, but like they are. So they always do this, the decorum at the last minute.
That's
where
right.
they have to carry water for even their like archest of enemies, which they're not. They're all like
but because they
besties,
agreed to both play the same game by the same rules.
He has to say, no, he was just, don't hate the player. You
That's
know what
right.
I mean? I'm like, that guy made the damn ass Monopoly board.
That player,
Yeah, he's pulling some strings.
He's pulling lots of strings. And yeah, I think, but you know what I will say though about with the geopolitics, in the end, of course, it was these global conglomerates making, billions and trillions of dollars. But I do think that there also was a heyday, which we forget about, that there was a little mix of ideology with the greed. There was like, let's make that money, but there also was this like, we are the masters of the universe and Western civilization. Like there was this belief in some way that was easily merged with making money. But I
don't buy that. That was
you don't think he was an ideologue.
I don't believe that was a real belief.
Right.
My belief is that belief was not a true believer.
Believe that.
I think that's just cover.
Yeah, I think it's true.
It's like when
for
people say like all American and they just mean like
Yeah.
white Christian capitalism. Like I just like you hide behind that.
That
and
might
you're
have
like,
been
don't
the
come for
beginning.
me when
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I just put family first. And you're like, no, you're like the most hateful disgustoid who's ever walked the earth.
I think you're right because, him going to Halliburton as the CEO in between his time in the White House and around the levers of power. I think that's probably true.
That was the job he'd been
right.
building towards. Yeah.
Well, that's what I mean. I think you're right. There probably was a game plan. And they used that kind of like rah-rah, like holdover from like, because like people like Nixon and Kissinger and as heinous and as they were as well. I think that era still held like some ideology. Like there was less money like involved.
There was less money. There were still some protections.
Plenty of power, plenty of money.
But I would say that it was always not really based in belief. But we used to live in a simpler time where that was easier to sell to the masses.
Right.
And I think that time is gone.
Time's long gone.
Yeah.
It's all been exposed. Yeah, the whitewashing of change. I mean, I haven't seen too much of the media reaction, but I'm sure it'll be similar to when Poppy died and what like W now even gets as like the, tussle his old hair. Like he was just at the Cowboys game. Cowboys had the Monday night game.
Cheney was?
W. No, Cheney was propped up at the Cowboys. Well, no, funny is W was there last night, which.
Yeah, but again, he got this pass because he was an idiot.
Right.
Always. I mean, he was
the puppeteer. He was the extension of Poppy.
Cheney was a Yale man as well.
He was Yale.
Yeah.
So the Skull and Bones. So he's in that Bohemian Grove crew. He always has been.
Yeah.
And again, that's the old money versus this. So now the reason why he's like, ooh, Trump, just like, everyone else, like
they don't like it because he plays, dirty.
And he exposes the grift.
He exposes
for what is. He goes mask off. He's sloppy. He's like very like, oh, I'm just gonna. Like, I'm going to call out all of the shit, which he did when he was running, calling out all of the corruption and all of the whatever, but then being like, now I'm getting mine. He's tacky.
Which is where, like, their classism comes in, where, like, it's like, say what you will about Trump, but, like, your main complaint, I don't think, should be, like, tackiness. They really don't like that.
Redesigning. He's got all the gold in the Oval Office.
And, like, the kind of, like, policing of, like, no, this is the way we pillage.
Yeah. Well, and that's always been the chip on Donnie's shoulder. Like even when he was campaigning for Democrats and trying to get into those circles, like he got into the Epstein circles with Clinton, but he couldn't he could never really be accepted at the party. Whereas
that guy should just be hosting the Oscars.
He should,
as we've said many times before.
Yes, if it's not, I mean, I will smelt everything if Trump doesn't host the Oscars.
We need to smelt immediately.
Yeah, so we're in a world without Dick.
No Dick.
No Dick.
I don't want Dick tonight. He gone.
Gone.
I'm off the moon water, feeling much better.
Yeah, you were turning.
I was having like a psychedelic experience last time we recorded.
Right.
It's good to talk to you.
Hey, it's great to talk to you. It's been too long since we've shared our thoughts and our dreams and our hopes.
Yeah.
So we're on what do we got? Super Tuesday. We got the big.
I was like, does anyone have a voter guide? And people wrote back and were like, yeah, but there's only one thing on our ballot in our area of Portland, in our county. All we have is one thing about, a tax levy to support parks. But I was going in having not opened it, and being unaware of local. I'm like so invested in the New York mayoral campaign. I have no idea what's happening here. And it was one thing. Is that our dog?
That's got to be Goldie.
Oh,
itching.
Goldie's
she thumps her foot.
Either we're being,
or someone's slowly.
A B&E. Good luck. There's like
through.
One rotten banana up there.
Our most prized possessions are these two microphones in front of us.
That's right. Hey, for me, it's the guy behind the mic.
Whoa, thanks.
No problem.
Thanks, bro.
I don't have a list. I wish I did. I meant to compile a list. All week I'm like, ooh, we got to talk about that. And then I forgot.
Yeah. Well, there's, in terms, I think it's just a big, I think the whole, like, Cuomo melt has just been very funny to watch.
Oh, Cuomo, yeah.
Just it's an entertaining finish here down the stretch, and we have no results coming in yet. It's only 3:00. They won't be coming in until 9 p.m. Eastern, I suppose. But yeah, it's just been very funny to watch the extreme.
Ted Cruz tweeted something, and it's like that image of like of little voting bubbles you fill in, and one says just a Democrat, referring to Cuomo, which is funny because no mention of like. He's, sexual abuser. He's killing everybody. Yeah. Like stole a bunch of money. He's literally not a Democrat. No mention of that. And then I think he's referring to Mom Donnie here. He says like a literal Marxist reading jihadist, which I thought was interesting.
Very interesting.
Yeah, communist jihadist, I think it said. They packed a lot in there.
There's a lot of communist
Cruz.
Marxist jihadist. I mean, it's
a lot of ideologies.
Well, and now it's the push of like his citizenship is now being called into question.
Yeah.
There's a lot of desperate Hail Marys here down the stretch.
Someone else tweeted, this was funny, they tweeted like just a photo of the towers burning on 9/11, and it's like, wake up, New York, meaning like obviously a threat if Mom Donnie gets elected, like just Islamophobic to the max. But it's funny that happened to be tweeted the day that Dick Cheney died. So everyone's like, thanks for the reminder.
Thanks,
greatest hits from Dick.
Never forget.
Yeah. Richard Bruce Cheney.
Wait, it's the perfect passing. So he dies today. Mom Donnie wins. I mean,
we don't want to take anything for granted.
No, certainly not. It would seem outrageous. It would be.
I mean, they do have, what is it? The hot girls for capitalism, or what was that?
There's hot girls for Cuomo, and then there's cool.
No.
Cool
hot
girls
girls
for
for Mamdani, and then cool girls for
capitalism.
Which
what's funny is they literally didn't. They're like, no, we don't even want to say we're for Cuomo.
Yeah.
But we're saying we're anti-Mamdani, which is then you're like, so either Cuomo or Sliwa or whoever it's like, what is the, no, they wouldn't even do the Cuomo. But then there were the ones that did hot girls for Cuomo is a thing though.
I think it's hot girls for
I'm
Zoran.
Google fingering it.
Yeah. I think, and I don't think that's coming from him, obviously. I think that's a push from the base. Yeah, Cuomo, I think they didn't do hot girls because of all the grab ass he did.
Well, Andrew Cuomo, the Emily Austin, who is this? Yeah, there's cool influencer launches hot girls for Cuomo movement. Conservative influencer Emily Austin launched a new campaign. This is like a couple of weeks ago. This was his October. But
isn't that a reaction to Zoran?
What is funny though is they didn't I guess get the site hotgirlsforcuomo.com, like they didn't register that site. So then that website led to the list of the allegations against Cuomo. Someone else grabbed it and did that. So then they were like, go to hotgirlsforcuomo.com. And
that's a good bit.
Great bit. Yeah, but she's like, she's just a conservative influencer. She's like a MAGA influencer. But yeah, hot girls, I think you're right. Maybe it was that. Maybe it was a response to something for. Oh yeah, hot girls for Zoran was a thing. Yeah. But anyway, there's also then cool girls for capitalism.
That's the latest. I thought that was the reaction to the Mamdani, and they were like, "This place is packed," and it was like the tiniest restaurant in New York, and it was just his daughter chanting "No FOMO."
No FOMO.
Vote for Cuomo. Yeah.
Yeah, and he's like, wow, you just
fear
came
of
up
missing
with
out on just the worst shit ever.
Yeah, on getting your bottom
wild.
patted.
Yeah.
It's a very strange, it's just strange times. And I feel like the millionaires and billionaires are so, like you've never seen the levels of cope because they realize how bad, like how unprepared they were for this moment, which also seems rare. Like it seems like strange that they were either expecting Adams to just continue or they were expecting someone else to, like the fact that Mamdani was able to get to the point where then they were like, oh shit, wait, okay, we have to just throw millions of dollars behind. Like there's no way he would not be anyone's first choice.
Bloomberg spent something like nearly $90 million.
He just pumps
against Mamdani, which is insane.
Remember what he was spending on his own campaign for a while? Like
so crazy.
Mind-boggling numbers.
Yeah, that was a dark time as well. So much.
Yeah, Bloomberg likes to throw fliff around. He likes to throw dead money around. You want to play poker with Michael Bloomberg.
What I think this is funny is it's very like, it's a great way to just see all the bad people in one place.
Yes.
Like, because the fucking murders row of people who have come out for Andrew Cuomo in the last few months is just like every kind of just disgustoid.
It really is.
And it's national. It's international.
People are coming out.
Just
And like you said, the people who are also refusing to endorse Mamdani in a way. Maybe they're not endorsing Cuomo, but they're doing that dance, which is just fun to see. Hill Dog was in that.
Hillary's like, well, I don't vote in New York, so I couldn't possibly comment. And I'm like, well, that's
I couldn't even possibly say a
approach.
good thing about any sort of working people's movement at all, even what it represents. Like, forget the individual. I can't even comment.
Like, that's so funny, too, because the fact that she couldn't even drum up something about democracy that was just, like, generic.
She's like,
well, let the people of New York speak or something like that. She literally had to, like, be like, so.
I also love she got shit for so long as, like, being that, like, you're not even from New York, but you were a senator in New York, and now you're actually just retracting that.
Yeah.
You're like, no, I'm not from New York. I got nothing to do with New York. I got nothing to say about it.
I have no political opinions at all.
Yeah, I've been in the woods. Yeah, that's like a funny thing to see at this.
It's very funny. I saw Schumer being questioned. Somebody's like, "Do you know how you're voting tomorrow or something?" Chuck, and he's like, well, I have an okay relationship with him about Zoran, and then like ran away.
Yeah, I mean, that's the best. I mean, they also realize if it's going to happen.
The most tepid.
You should at least be, because Jeffries also finally was like, Hakeem Jeffries said, didn't he endorse or?
Yeah, but like the saddest.
Like,
limp
and who cares?
Endorsement,
Like no one needs your endorsement. But it is funny to see Trump endorses Cuomo in the most way of like, kind of in that Ted Cruz meme way.
Yeah.
Of just being like, well, it's, I have my issues with Cuomo, but, basically threatening, even throws in the threats of I will withhold funding from New York City, federal funding, if Mamdani wins. Cool. Yeah, his 60 Minutes interview was it's been a while.
You watched that?
Yeah, since he sat down and rambled. What's funny is getting into the weeds with it, it's all the usual shit you would expect, but the fact that he sued CBS News and 60 Minutes, $60 million settlement they gave him, and then he's back on the program. It just now under with Bari in the shadows like during that interview, but it is funny to just see him back after the $60 million, and I think they cut. Like I'm pretty sure this is not. We don't need to fact check on this program, but I'm pretty sure that they cut something, which the whole lawsuit against 60 Minutes was that Kamala said something that was in the transcript, the full transcript that they edited out of the interview. Like that was the big loss. That was why he was suing them. Was this idea? It influenced the election leading up to because they cut something out that she said that wouldn't have made her look good or whatever it was. But it was a very small, like one line where it's like obviously they're editing, but I think they even maybe cut it out of like the full interview that they then released online. Anyway, they did the same thing with his interview, obviously. So it's like, who sues now? It's just such a bizarre.
Yeah, but he's obviously just suing to intimidate.
No, we know why, but I'm just saying it's just very funny.
It's that thing of like, well, this seems like a.
No, it's yes,
not
it
fair.
Is one of those
You're
things.
like, yeah, welcome.
It's just
to hell.
funny to me. That's all. It's funny to sue and then
it's
come
weird
back.
to go back and not be like embarrassed, and everybody's embarrassed.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah. Well.
Under new ownership, CBS is under new strong ownership. What else? The Los Angeles Dodgers are World Series champions. I know you're very excited about that.
Oh yeah, I was pumped. Who are the other?
Our daughter loves Showtime, Shohei Ohtani.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys were watching all those games.
I watched the ball game.
And it was somebody in Canada was the other team?
The Blue Jays, yeah. It was the Dodgers and the Blue Jays in one of the great World Series ever. Went 7 games.
That's awesome.
Some extra inning games.
I went to Costco yesterday.
Costco, the big box. What was going on there? Costco
is a weird place. Consumption is gross, but I'm not above being like kind of excited to get some like good basics, those wholesale prices. And I go in, and at the beginning I'm excited. And then like maybe a third the way through, I feel really overwhelmed.
Yeah.
Like feverish and depressed and like you can't tell anymore what you need or what a good deal is.
Yes.
And it's kind of disgusting.
It starts to feel like, do I need this? Is this a...
No,
yeah,
and it's so much stuff. And even
product.
stuff you do need, like literal dog food. Like stuff that isn't even just a crazy, like, do I need this like foot pedicure machine thing that like squeezes my leg? Like, of course not that stuff, but you're like I felt like I was like in a fever. Yeah. But you can't stop because it's so big that you're like in really deep, and you're like, I've already grabbed things I probably don't need. So I have to like stay the course and get the things I do need.
Yes.
And then, I'm getting like hungrier, tireder. It's just like, it's a huge place.
It's an undergo.
And I never really am like prepared enough. I'm sure some people are so much better at it. They're like, I'm going to pee first. I'm going to get some protein.
Right. I have a map laid out. Like,
I know where the paper products are. Like,
now, let me ask you, because I've never been.
Was not ready.
Yeah. I've never been in like it's like Sam's Club, though, the idea, right? Like, it's only bulk stuff. You have to buy in bulk.
Yes.
You can't just go in and be like, give me a pack of gum.
No, the deal is you get a good deal, but to get the deal, you have to buy like more cream cheese than you have ever seen.
Yes.
Which I think for people who have a lot of storage or who
big family,
who really know they eat the same things all the time. I think that there is like, that could be really helpful, but I just felt totally overwhelmed. Like I'm like, oh, that's a good price on like bacon. And then I'm like, but this is like me eating bacon every day for the next 3 years,
Right.
And there's just something about holding that much flesh. I don't know where that line is, obviously.
Sure.
I'm eating meat, I'm consuming and whatever, but there's just something grotesque.
Like lifting that pounds of flesh like that into a
getting
cart.
to that point. And this happened multiple times where I would see the top of a package, so I would think it was like one package of something, and I would go to lift it, and it would be like 15 deep, but in one unit, and you like lift it, and it's like pounds and pounds of whatever the thing is.
Yes.
And it was crazy. But you still, I speak for myself, I still wanted the deal, you know? So I'm putting this stuff in the cart, and my cart is like insane. It's so heavy I can barely push it. I'm like, I can't see over it. I feel guilty and gross. I feel very like American.
Yeah.
I feel like this bloated like beast like pushing, like I think it's like a good deal, but it's actually like my shackles, like all these things are just running through my head. I just feel insane. I'm like running into shit. The cart's breaking down. I'm miles into the store, and it's just an interesting experience.
Yeah. You also give yourself away where someone wants to be like, whose Costco membership? You don't seem like you don't seem like this is not member. You're not giving member.
No, and there's people there who really know what they're doing.
Yes,
and they're like,
course.
oh, I get a great deal on like eggs and socks for my 15 children. And I'm like, great.
And I think essentials like soaps and things that you're going to use a bunch of. It just does feel like when you're buying food in bulk. Now, I remember my experience with that is like Sam's Club, which would have the free samples too. So you said you started getting hungry and tired. Do they have that around?
Okay, so I got one sample. The heyday of that is over. Like as a kid growing up, I remember Costco was like an activity my family would do. Like once every few months, we'd go and we get like a bunch of cookie dough and like dog food. Anyway, bizarre. So this is before you did like your hearing aids and everything through Costco. It was
your prescription medications.
Yeah. So but it was just like, stuff. So we would go and we would like jump on the trampoline. That's like, they don't have that anymore. It's probably a liability. Sleep on a couch, eat all the samples. And you could really have a meal of samples. I think that is gone. Now it's a lot of like weird, like kind of like protein shaky stuff that like, I'm a little scared to take that sample, and it like tastes kind of gross, and then I can't spit it out, and there's no way to throw away the cup, and
chalky mess.
I'm sweating. Yeah, it's so there was one sample I tried which was just like good marmalade on a little piece of toast, and I do think that
lady marmalade
kept me going.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I've been to Sam's Club once with your family.
Yes. And they use a friend's. Yeah, everyone shares like a membership because
which is how it should be.
A lot of times you have to show you have to flash an ID to them at the door.
Yeah. I went with my mom, and we had to get her thing, and then it had expired, so she had to renew it at this desk, and it took a whole thing, and we couldn't get through, and they were trying to upsell. Like it was like the full Costco experience.
It really is a funny concept because that is, I feel like we also say when we were a kid, but like when we were real little, I guess that still existed. But that seems like that's an our generation thing.
Well, that's like,
because that's somewhat new to be like you have to pay a monthly or yearly whatever membership.
Yeah.
To get access to these bulk deals.
No,
it's just such a strange model, but it caught on.
I think of it as new, but now it's like 40 years old. But I remember when it was new when I was a kid, and we went as almost like a novelty.
Like, whoa.
And people were like, "Oh my God, look how you can get so many Q-tips!" And it's like, do you need that many Q-tips? But that was the excitement, you know. And I feel like that has worn off, and now it's really like food's so expensive, and you're like, is there any possible way to get a deal? But I
remember. We used to, we would go into, which this was like, I think not a restaurant what would you call like a dealership, not a dealership, but like a retailer, like where you'd go in and buy in bulk for like I remember Kiko was a place we would go. We would steal Big League Chew, and it was like there'd be like these massive boxes,
like
tubs of like Big League Chew.
Oh, I never heard of that.
And well, I think it was basically for like retailers that, like if you had a concession stand or something, like, you know,
to get like a large quantity,
to get a large quantity. They were still in the packets, but like they were so many packets in a huge thing, and we would try to run in, or you'd buy like, you know, get like Jolly Rancher, but it was just an insane amount, and that wasn't even. I think that was mostly just like we would slink in, and there would never be someone like working right at a front counter. It would just be this big open thing, and it was usually, I think, for people who would order and then come and pick up their order. So anyway, that was just that was what I remember, but that makes more sense. This because Sam's Club and Costco are for individual people. It's not for like. It's not like a restaurant.
It's wild.
I mean, anyone
it's
can order
really
from
wild.
there,
like, but the membership thing, like you're paying to shop, like. And again, I think there's a way to make that work, but the whole thing feels really gross, I thought. And then, you know, no judgment, but I like, for myself, I felt gross. And then I'm so like peaked by the end that I got a hot dog, and you get a hot dog and a 20-ounce soda for $1.50, which is incredible.
Oh, so they got a snack bar.
Yeah, but you're sitting there next to your cart, which is like an embarrassment of riches, you know, but like the most bizarre. Like,
and then you just get that hot dog,
and then you're like slurping down a dog next to like all the other. It's an experience.
Wait,
and I thought I'd be there for like an hour. Yeah, fucking right.
No,
you're putting in a day.
That's the IKEA journey.
Yeah, you're lucky to get out.
Yes,
by sunfall.
You're lucky to make it out. Isn't that what what's his name? The Rizzler and the chicken bake, the double chunk chocolate chip cookie.
That's not the Rizzler.
No, but he's a part. They have
I think everyone thinks the Costco guys and the Rizzler are together, but they're not.
But that is Costco, right? The chicken
there's
bake
the
and the double
guys.
chunk. Right. There's the Costco family. That
I think
guy
that's
who exploits
separate.
his family into
but I think
TikTok.
that's separate from the Rizzler. Somebody told me that recently.
Wait, come on.
No, look that up, because this is embarrassing. I don't totally understand the Rizzler. I've like
yeah, I don't.
No, but
I
like
don't totally understand.
You know when Rizzler. You know, like, you know, it's like jack of all trades, expert of none. Like I have like that novice level, like where I'm like, oh, it's like that kid, but I don't really know what's going on with the Rizzler.
Well, this is. I hear you. I know of his. I know we all know the look, the hand on the chin, the finger on the chin. I mean, the Rizzler's like the puzzler Rizzler, like his look.
Like the Riddler?
Well, the Riddler and the Rizzler, he has his look that's like, I'm the Rizzler. That's his like signature look, is when he puts his thumb and forefinger
if
on
I
his
honestly, like if somebody was like, you have to tell me right now the Rizzler's deal, or we're going to like, the floor is going to open beneath you.
Yes.
And you're going to fall into hell with Dick Cheney. I would be like, bye.
Bye-bye. Hello, Dick.
Yeah, I don't know.
Now, this is just an AI overview of the search Rizzler Costco.
You should turn off the AI thing.
Okay. Costco Rizzler after this great response.
This is our last AI.
This is it. Costco, and this is a good one for the last one to go out on. Costco Rizzler refers to the collaborative content created by internet personalities, the Costco guys, which are Big Justice and AJ. AJ's the father.
Big Justice?
This is all coming back to me now. The son is Big Justice. And Christian Joseph, a young boy known as the Rizzler, known as the Rizzler. We won't say his real name. Rizzler went viral for his Riz face and Black Panther costume, and has since collaborated with the father-son duo. So that's where I came across the Rizzler.
Okay, so they are connected, but not originally. Like that was like a cross promotion of two internet meme personality
influencers,
kind of influencer,
not even influencers.
But what is he
content
influencing?
Creators?
Sorry, what's the Rizzler face?
The Rizzler face,
because being like the Rizzler's known for oh, you just showed it's this thing.
It's this. It's when here it is. I'm just showing you the photo. He's like,
So he's just known for touching his chin.
he's known for. I mean, that's it.
But I mean, is that like mean something? Is he like judging, or is he like?
Yeah, I think it would be like, I think that the bit was that he would see something, and then he'd be like, You know, I mean, this.
No, I'm sorry if I sound 1,000 years old. I just talked about nearly like passing away trying to shop at Costco, and now
Yes.
I like him. Like, what is happening?
Yes, I don't understand the Rizzler. I think realistically, I think it's fair. This goes back to what we were talking about, where it's like some shit you might not know because it was before your time or whatever it is. But like, this is the kind of stuff where we're at the end of the line. So this is what we get.
This is what we get the Rizzler.
We get the Rizzler, and God bless
him.
the young man.
He looks like a good kid. Yeah,
he seems like a great kid.
No, I'm like, I just really don't know what's happening.
I mean, the Rizzler's job is one of the few jobs that will be remaining for this next
influencer
for the next
that's
generation.
True.
Like
yeah.
you gotta get on the socials. You gotta create a look, a thing. And I agree. Like, listen, sometimes you go
a fun name.
The Rizzler's a great name.
Oh, so good.
And
it's like
the
Riddler,
was that the Riddler? No, the Rizzler.
But it's like the Riddler meets Twizzlers.
Twizzler, yes.
Which
yes.
Red Vines Till I Die. Don't get me started, but yeah. Sorry, I don't eat wax.
Disagree. My father would disagree.
Yeah, well, get him on the pod. I'll debate his ass.
Debate him. And the Rizzler will moderate that debate. Yeah, he'll look, Now, also, what's very funny is I know for a fact that neither one of us, I'm just going off of context clues to assume that the whole Rizzler thing was him making that face, like reacting to things.
Well, it's not. You just read an AI overview that said he did the face.
Yeah. I mean, I don't always trust those AI overviews.
No, I'm sorry. Of course I don't either. But I mean, that's not just a context clue. That's like you looked it up.
No, I know. So that is the Rizzler. Now, what brought me to the Rizzler late to the party, the reason I was going to bring this up, the Costco guys.
Okay.
A father-son duo, and they brought in like the mother and the sister and everything. It's just these sad, like you start to see enough of them that after they've done like 100 of these, the kid starts to like, he's a couple years older and he's like, like not selling it as much. But the whole idea of them was this like, boom. So they like rate things. So they'd be at Costco. And the whole thing started with, I think, a Costco, the menu at Costco. They have the chicken bake. You were just there at their you just got a hot dog.
The rotisserie chicken is a great deal.
Okay, the rotisserie chicken.
Because what you do, you eat it the first night. It's succulent. You're sucking the fat off the little bones. Then the leftover chicken, you make chicken salad. Then you take the carcass and you make stock.
Wow. So yes,
I'm just saying that's a lot of literally that's a lot of Rizzler for one bag of chicken.
You get your Rizzler worth out of that.
Get your Riz.
And so at that thing though, they have the chickens.
Okay.
But the chicken bake is like a sandwich.
Oh.
Are you familiar with when you got the hot dog, you looked at a menu?
No, I saw they had pizza, but the pizza looked sus.
Right. The pizza is sus, and they got dragged for their review. I think they were like, the pizza's not the best, but not the worst. And people were like, it's
the
cardboard.
Worst. Yeah, it looked like cardboard.
So that might have not got like a double boom.
I didn't see the chicken bake, but I also...
The double chunk chocolate chip cookie?
No, is that what this is the Costco
This
family?
is the father. He's like, the double chunk chocolate chip cookie, boom, double boom.
This is the stuff I'm jealous of.
Yes.
Because like I could never do what the Rizzler does, but I could do that. I could rate shit at Costco. Because I have opinions.
Eat shit and
I feel
rate it.
disgusting. I even just took 10 minutes of our pod talking about Costco. Nobody has fucking food stamps. Everything's disgusting.
Snap is done.
No, I'm talking about fucking like boo-hoo. I couldn't get through Costco, but it's a weird experience. It's a fever dream,
sure,
for a lot of reasons. But I do think rating shit at Costco is probably the best career path right now. Possible.
Yes, if you walked around Costco with your phone and a selfie stick and you just said,
well, because some stuff isn't a good
deal.
Through. And they only get you because you're, like I said, there's a thing that like squeezes your leg.
Yes.
And you're like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Like there's a thing that squeezes your dog's legs. Like you're beyond the pale at that point. You're over in the right-hand corner with the like just past the like oversized like pillows.
Yeah.
Like it's weird. Like there's I'm doing a hand movement right now
a very strange
that
hand
nobody will
movement.
Understand. But there's like a place, there's like a corner where you're like, I've gone too far.
Too far. And that's where you touch base with your people in the chat, like because you've been streaming this, and when you find yourself in that corner of despair, you then check in and you're like, this was a good deal. What would be your catchphrase if you were a Costco influencer? Because you can't just be like, I'm here at Costco and this is I mean, people do that, but you're not going to break through the noise with that.
Tell me honestly.
Honestly.
Worth it.
Yeah.
Because some stuff is.
Yes.
Some stuff you're like, I don't need 40 of these. And some stuff you're like, we talked.
Right.
Some stuff is the shacket is a great. Can we talk about that on the pod?
The shacket.
Am I outing your fashion?
No, let's bring out the shacket.
Okay, so last year
I have 2 of them. It's time to talk
Murf
about it.
is, you're meat and potatoes for clothes.
Yeah,
it's hard.
Yes, I don't.
You're very specific about what you want, just basics, but only certain kinds of basics.
No, I know. I'm a difficult asshole when it comes
last
to
year
fashion.
I'm down Costco.
Mm-hmm.
I'm finding things. I'm worth it. I find something. It's a shacket. It's this great plaid shirt jacket. And it's like a little rugged, but not trying too hard. Mm-hmm. It's not too trucker vibe at the mall. And then it's thick enough that you can wear it like a sweatshirt, but it's a step above a sweatshirt where you could wear it at Christmas dinner and somebody would think it was a button-up shirt, but it's just like a quilted jacket.
It's a nice utility piece. Yeah.
Well, it's doing a lot of work. And some stuff that tries to do a lot of work, it does too much work and then ends up doing no work.
Yes,
you're
overworked and underperforming at the same time.
Yes, you're like, I don't need a bra with a hood. There's
right.
That's a crossover.
Yes.
For someone else. The shacket, I'm like, this is great. I text you, I'm like, okay, I found a Banana Republic.
Oh yeah, it's also Banana Republic,
which is very bizarre.
Which to me, growing up, that was a brand. That was a boat shoes brand. It seemed
it's
it was
fancy Gap.
Ooh, what's Banana
it's Gap
Republic? Is
Co.
Who is it?
It's Gap Corporation.
Oh, so it's the Gap Corporation. Right?
Yeah, which they're awful. I mean, everyone's awful.
I thought
and
of it
at
on
Costco,
par with Ralph Lauren, though.
Ralph Lauren?
Which, yes, you always correct me. I was raised calling it Ralph Lauren because people thought it was fancy, so they added a little stank.
You don't have to do that.
No, it's just it's Ralph Lauren. Yeah, that's the brand name.
That's the name.
You taught me this, but
not very well.
Banana Republic was. I can't believe I just did that. I've purposely tried to change that about myself.
Oh, you don't have to change.
No,
me.
it's called Ralph Lauren. That's just the name of it.
That's just the name. Well, that's not his real name, but anyway.
No,
they all change their name for fashion.
Also, Ralph Lauren.
I know we don't have to put any respect on that name.
No, but that's a funny name to take. Anyhow, Banana Republic was in that boat to me. It was like fancy.
But they do that. So they have Kirkland Signature. That's their brand. Good stuff. And then they get a couple outside. They had some Roxy or Dakine snowboarding and ski stuff.
Tommy Hill.
They'll get some Ghirardelli chocolates. They get there's brands at Costco. Worth it. So I find the shacket. We can't post this. It's so boring. And then I text you and I'm like, it's a Banana Republic. And you're like, no, because of course that's boat shoes. And we don't want it.
Yep.
And I say, no, I really like the look of the shacket. You would never know. I bring it home. You wear it every day for a year. It's great.
Yeah.
It's a versatile piece.
You're absolutely right. I'm glad we got it, and it has worked. It has done the right amount of work, and it's gotten results.
Yeah. I mean, it's warm and it's dry. So then this year I go back yesterday, and there's this tiny inch of the cart, and there's nothing there. And I say, I'm going to fill it up.
I can stuff a piece of clothing in this corner.
I walk by, I'm like, no, there's a new Banana Republic shacket, different colors. And there's only ever one color.
Yes.
It's not like you're digging through whatever.
So next thing you know, my phone's blowing up.
Hey, what size is the shacket?
Yes.
Got it. New shacket on board.
And I like it. I think it's weirdly it's an upgrade too. It feels a little softer and a little leaner. I think Banana Republic.
It's such a bizarre move.
It is.
It doesn't really feel,
it's not on that
emblematic
brand.
of banana to me, and it doesn't really totally fit. Well, it works for, Costco does have
What would you say
stuff.
Banana Republic's main, aren't they, wouldn't you say a polo shirt? I know that's the Ralph Lauren is the polo shirt. What's Banana Republic's statement piece?
I think that I would say it's more formal than that. It is preppy, but I think what you're saying is almost like J. Crew, the elevated golf.
Yes.
Hell wear. This is more slacks, jackets.
Okay.
Long.
But the shacket is feels more like it's like
it's
a
stuff
Dickies.
you would wear to an office job.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, that's banana.
When those were still a thing.
Yeah, back when you didn't have to be the Rizzler to make money in America.
Rizzler Casual is a great
Yeah.
a great style of dress.
That-
Riz Cash.
That is funny. The Office, the show used to be about the everyman, and now it's like aspirational because everybody's
Yeah.
just doing MLMs on
That's
their
right.
Facebook page.
Now everything is a house of cards. It's just about, it's a crypto scheme that's about to
Yeah,
crumble.
wow.
Rather than like, no, I just went into a cubicle and sold paper.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that really caught the end of that time capsule.
Yeah.
So
I would say, I think
you're
I'd say worth it.
worth it. And then if it wasn't,
Hated it. Just stealing directly,
steal
from the Wayans brothers.
from the great
In
In
Living
Living Color
Color.
sketch.
Yeah, no. You're right. I'd have to come up with something. Also, worth it's not great. That's first idea. What would yours be? Could you do that job?
I don't think I could ever really actually do that. I could do that job for a week. Like I could commit and go hard and go big and do whatever. But that's like people I don't think realize until you've been on camera performing for people in any way, that then like when it's that way that's so direct and it's just you to the camera, you're really trying to get that, and then you're uploading, you're like looking at the analytics to like get the next, like that's just I think people laugh at that as thinking that that's like something like cheating the system to make money. I'm like, that's a hard way to make. You see it in this kid. This kid's not good enough. AJ, the father, looks like sociopathic in his energy with every one of these videos, but the kid immediately started to fall off.
He's the one who's paying the bills. I
True.
mean, think about that.
Absolutely true. But I'm just saying, like, that is hard to do. So I think I could do it for a week. And mine would be.
See, that's bullshit, though, because you're.
I would say if I liked it.
Yeah, and I think that's great. You would do it.
Or.
Okay, more guttural. I like that. I think you're wrong. I hear you about the back end. You're talking more about running a business, but I think you could sell the folksiness, the front end, way better than I could. But what I
Right.
think we're missing about how hard it is to dial up a performance is that you have to lean into what you do well.
That's right.
So if I did one, I couldn't do. Wow, what a great deal. Oh my goodness. Do you have company coming? Like, I know I could do that for 1 minute and then I blow my fucking brains out and it's all over the shackets. No, I would have to be like, hey guys.
Well, that's
you know what I
kind of
mean?
what
You
I
have
like.
to
Yes.
like, the brand has to be like a double down on your actual.
The Daria of Costco. Almost.
Yes. The
Yes.
Debbie Downer
The Debbie
of
Downer.
the Philadelphia
The young-
cream cheese aisle.
Young Janine Garofalo.
Yes, literally.
Reviews, Costco items.
Yeah, like
Yes.
sad, middle-aged woman, like lost in the aisles of bulk hell.
Yeah, and you would think like conceptual YouTube channels like that could work. I've seen those kinds of things take
I think
off.
that could be a thing because they go, I came for the laughs and I stayed for the deals.
That's right. They're
know?
like, you actually are informative on.
We could tag team. Like, you could be like, babe, did you see this deal on motor oil? And I could be
and
like,
well, there goes Mr. Man again with this deal on motor oil.
wow, it's like looking in a audio mirror.
Well, because you're the main like Debbie Downer of Costco. I would be like a recurring character who sometimes comes in and you're like, oh, there's Mr. Man again.
But I
And
feel bad casting you now that you said it would be too hard to dial that up.
I mean, honestly, here's
issue-
what's hard about it. Go ahead.
I think what would be hard for you is the buying. Like, you don't give a shit about buying anything.
No.
And you don't. And neither do
sure.
I. Like, I think we're poorly
We're not great
positioned
candidates.
for this.
We're
Like,
not-
I just talked about that. Like, I was like on a, like deserted island. But like, so I think that's rough.
Yes.
Like the getting the deal thing.
I think it's.
But
what's
I think
also,
your personality is better
Yes.
for that.
Well, yeah, no, I hear you on that. I think there needs to be a certain personality. I do also though think that people who like what's hard about still dialing it up now when there's actually money coming in. The hardest part about that, and this is what's funny, is I think I saw someone pull receipts on the AJ, the father here in the Costco guys.
Big
thing.
Justice?
Big Justice, yes. Or yes, who's the son? I thought Big Justice was the son. Yeah, Big Justice is the kid. AJ is the father. No, that's wrong.
All justice? What is the AJ for?
No justice.
Aggressively judicious?
Big Justice. Judicial. I don't know what the judicial branch. Actually, you're right. I think Big Justice might be the.
I literally have no idea
All right.
what I'm talking
now
about.
I've lost.
You're
I've lost
right.
the plot here. But Big Justice, whoever the father is, there was receipts. He's been trying to go viral for a while. So like he's got like
He
a
found
laundry
something.
list, which again, that's the hard. The hard thing is doing it and when there's two views, like doing it and being like, that didn't work, back to the lab. What's missing? Well, the catchphrase just isn't right. Like, you know, the thing is right. We should be going to Costco and reviewing food, but we just don't have our catchphrase. Like, it's just hard to, you know what I mean? Like, that's the hard part, is to just keep coming back and going.
Of course.
The mortgage is due.
I respect that.
Because they seem like suburban people with a house.
Seem like, wow.
Seem like it. But like, you know, so he's like, oh, I've sold off. Like, I'm an entrepreneur. I'm doing, you know what I mean? Like, it's that hustle for the longest time before you just have to be like, well, you know, we're done, kids. Like, this is it. And then it's like, wait a minute. One last chance at glory here. Let's do
rating the food at Costco.
The food at Costco with a boom.
Yeah.
Double boom, you know, like, and you're like,
I like
caught
boom.
on.
I need to see it. I feel bad talking about it, not having seen it.
There's also a classic bit on this program is like talking about something that's already 2 years old. Yeah. I mean, it's not that old. Rizzler.
No, but us like looking up the Rizzler in like the 2025 year of our Lord, November is shocking.
There's an incredible NFL commercial that was at the start of this season. I haven't seen it run in a little while, but it was the Rizzler. It's like it's AI slop, like full on, but it's a float going on the street, and it has like all the. I think I showed this to you. It has all the different teams, but like either memes or versions of the team, and the Rizzler's the one for the Giants. Like, they just show the Rizzler on this float, and it's kind of like a fever dream because everything's coming off the float right in your face, and it's very CGI, very AI. It's just slop. It's really a bizarre commercial, and everyone hates it. You know, people are like, why are we watching this? But the Rizzler makes a cameo in there. So he's getting his. The Rizzler's getting.
I'm glad.
The young man is getting paid.
I hope so. I hope everybody gets paid.
You know who I love is getting paid is Zoe Saldana, the other commercial. Just because we don't watch commercials other than when I'm watching live sports, I see some commercials that really just.
Yeah, I've been out of the commercial game for a while.
And like, if I watch NBA games, like depending on how I'm watching, it just seems like football season, I see the most commercials out of the year that I will, but then I go on a stretch where I'm not seeing any. So I think it reminds me like how elevated things get and how quickly we're just escalating here. But there's just a commercial for the new iPhone through T-Mobile. And the premise of the commercial, there's really not much setup other than Jeff Bridges just moved in with Zoe Saldana, who's married. So it's her and her husband. And it's just like him coming out with like in a robe with a coffee mug. And he's like, literally the VO is like, Jeff Bridges moved in with Zoe Saldana. And all they're doing is trying out the new iPhone. And it's them like taking selfies. And I know some of these commercials get like cut from longer commercials, so they get out of context. But this is literally like, what is the
premise is by the phone.
Of the Dom
is famous person by the phone. Yes. That's all it is.
Like making that pitch
They've
to T-Mobile.
dropped like any like veneer of like a sketch.
Like a branding thing of like, oh, and Zoe Saldana, she's now the repeat in these commercials.
It's really weird.
But it's such a weird.
This is so like, don't meet your heroes, and how many times do we have to learn this message? This lesson. What? But it's weird when there's people who have plenty of money and success, and then they just do the worst shit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because there's also a way to do commercials that some people have done it where it actually is like, and I know we're over it because we're so whatever, but I'm like, you do see some commercial where you're like, oh, that was funny.
I would do a commercial because I don't have any success.
We don't have much success or money.
Like,
yes. No, of
I'm
course
like,
we
put
would.
me
I'm
in
just
coach.
saying.
But I'm like, Zoe Saldana was just in that one Oscar-winning movie. Like, you don't have to be doing shilling
that
telecom.
Terrible movie that everyone mocked.
Yeah, yes. But
I hear you.
I just
she's
mean
making them up. But I mean, T-Mobile comes to you with, it's like Bradley fucking Cooper's in like.
No, they all do it, but it's weird
Uber
to me.
Eats spots.
What I was going to say is I don't see real commercials because I don't watch any TV in that way anymore. Yes. But what I see are ads on Instagram because I'm on my phone, I think like 9 hours a day now,
right.
12 hours a day.
12.
Yeah. So I see Julianne Moore, I guess if we're just doing the cast of,
sure.
What's it called? The dude and Julianne Moore.
Lebowski.
The Big Lebowski.
Yes, the Lebowski
cast of yeah. And she's like, brain health is really important. That's why I'm partnering with Eli Lilly. And you're immediately like, oh my God.
Big Pharma.
Yes. Like you're the fact that like, why not just go? Why aren't you sitting in the garden? I mean, maybe you are and you just sold your AI likeness to Eli Lilly, but there's just something like, I don't know. Whenever I'm like, it can't get any darker. It's like,
it gets
there
a
you
little
are.
darker.
You know, it's like, why?
Well, you know what people probably approach too is, I don't know what this Eli Lilly is. It like was it like a brain tumor like medication?
Yeah, they're
or something?
selling brain tumors.
So she might have a personal connection to brain tumors that they then approached
Yeah, they go,
her.
of course, and they're like, because of your aunt, like let's
we
like
want you
whatever.
to
Which
sell-
again, I'm not
sell
making light
tumors.
of that, but it's always like,
No, I'm saying yes.
well, do you remember that Jimmy Fallon commercial where he's like, I'm passionate about advertising.
Well, it's for a whole show. He's on it's like this new
A show about
advertising.
Yeah, but it's always that thing where like, and that's why I'm, and you're
Yes.
like, it's like, oof,
Yeah.
you know?
Well, that's what they were like. What if the show
Yeah.
is a commercial?
Wow.
And they're like, and we need Jimmy Fallon. Let's unchain him from the Tonight Show desk for a minute so he can come do a dance
Yeah.
here. It's still an NBC show or whatever. So it's like, yeah, it's a very bizarre, like,
Yeah, they're like, you
it's
don't
like-
even have to stand up. We'll rebuild the set around you,
Yes.
Jimmy.
and he's desperate enough to be like, no, I have to like sell that I was always so passionate about. This isn't just some cash grab shit stain.
He's like, I've always
This
been
is
really passionate about the
marketing
way we
and
sell
advertising.
products to each other. That's like a quote from it.
It is. And we're
It's
like,
beyond.
we're like,
yeah.
bro, it's fine. It's enough that you've already done the hard shill by being behind that desk
Yeah.
and doing the like, I'm
You've given
interested in,
enough.
you've played enough beer pong with the new pop,
What that
teeny pop
says to me-
people to like sell all the
That
products.
says, I hate my family. And I know people are going to come at me and be
No,
like, Jamie
I do
loves
not
his family.
want to be home
but
with my
yes,
children.
because I'm like, you have money. You
Mm-hmm.
literally host the Tonight Show, and you need to now do a new show about advertising. Like, there's nothing else that could mean.
Yeah. Your bag overfloweth.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it is. I hate my family. It's
Or they
gotta
have
be.
like a picture of you doing
There's
something
something,
bad.
yeah.
Okay.
I've
Well,
always
yeah,
felt
there's
that
some
way with
options.
James.
Interesting. I felt right as I was saying that, I'm like, or
Or
he's being blackmailed.
yeah, or it's a blackmail. So,
Yeah, well, God bless.
God bless him. I hope I hope one day we can be doing on-air reads for Eli Lilly. You know.
Well, I was going to say, did you check if anyone has smashed that tip jar yet? You
No,
haven't
I haven't checked.
I
So,
kind yeah.
Smash that tip jar,
Guys,
or
keep-
else you'll push us into the hands of Eli Lilly.
Yeah. I don't think Eli Lilly wants us.
No, that was an empty threat. That was a very empty threat. Yeah. No, you got to get that bag. It's not. It's less about. See, here's the thing. I think we've
We're
reached
like,
the point
I'm
where it's less.
mentally ill. That's why I'm partnering with Eli Lilly.
It's like. Imagine also just doing ad
I
reads
have a
without
pod.
getting any money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
no,
people do that.
It's less about the people. There's the other thing. It's like it is the player in the game. We'll go back. We'll bring it all the way back to Dick.
Cheney?
Yes. Not
Great.
hating the player, hate the game. It's like, yes, this is more just about the absurdity where we've reached like, it's kind of like who's living in the like Christy Nome and Marco Rubio and Pete Hegseth. They're all living on. Do you see this thing with MTG?
They're living where?
They're living on military. They're living in like
What?
military compounds, like military bases.
Like real world?
Real world. Like they're now living full time behind military walls. And I think
how is
someone
that
brought
not a
that up
show?
to MTG. I know. That's a great reality show.
Forced to live
We
in
don't
a
need-
bunker when things stop being polite and
Yes.
start getting okay.
And start
I'm not
getting-
letting the real world thing go because that's bizarre.
That
and
is,
I had no
and we
idea
need
that was happening.
We need that program. We need to be streaming as it's melting around us. We need to be streaming that.
Yeah.
But yes, that is what's happening with a few people.
Yeah,
now.
they're like MTG met me in the bed of truth, but I didn't know that he had. Yeah.
Well,
we have
MTG
to-
though. What's funny is MTG is on the outside looking in. I don't know if it might have been on like Bill Maher.
the
probably.
outside.
I'm Marjorie. It's
So dumb.
it's like she was on. I want to say it was on Bill Maher, but asking about that, and she's like, "Well, first I think of as like when I hear that is like, what do they know that we don't know?" But it's like coming from her is very funny. But it's also like that's what I mean is there's this we're reaching that point where it's like, yeah, they're moving into the, and so my point about that is then also other people catching whiffs of that. They're like, I might not be able to be on the military base, but I'm going to get that money. I'm going to get as much of this funny money as I possibly can before it's all, because you're saying like, what would motivate someone at this point to even do that? I'm like, it just seems like they're like, well, this is the end.
That sounds like hell to me though.
I know, it's a terrible way to go
You're
out.
like imprisoning yourself.
You could go and get like a small plot somewhere and just go away, like you could
to be
go
like,
away
I'm
and
at
be
the top of the food chain.
self-sustainable
I get
with that
to
money.
live in this weird base and like, yeah.
It's like we talk about though. I think even in the entertainment world, when you reach, some people have gone the opposite direction, but it's like you don't get to be there if you're not the kind of person who will never be satisfied, Like it's the same with like billionaires. It's like people are like, when's enough money enough? And you're like, that's not how they got that money, was not with that mentality. Like otherwise you wouldn't.
Right, it's not even about money.
You would never even be in the position to like make more money than you'd ever need.
Right.
Like, raw.
I'm just like, yeah. I'm sorry. I'm having trouble picturing this living situation. Yeah.
Yeah,
like,
no, I know.
And like the barbed wire and being like, and they're like,
That's
I've
safe.
arrived. And you're like, you've always lived here, Christy. And it's like, hell. Like that's just hell.
Christy just like, well, where's that dog I'm going to shoot today? Like, do you have my dog for the day?
Yeah. She's like, before breakfast every day, I kill one golden retriever. Yesterday, she was pregnant. Turned to camera. Wink. Camera pans down. Hegseth. At the table. I mean, yeah.
Close on Hegseth's coffee filled with bourbon. Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, she's living
Brutal.
in a military home on a joint base in D.C., which is typically reserved for the Coast Guard.
Oh,
The move was made due to
Stolen
security
valor?
concerns. Yeah. Stolen valor. Big time, Christy.
We're all the way
she
back.
steals valor all the time. She's wearing that ice hat.
I was in the Coast Guard.
You?
W. No, I wasn't in the Coast Guard.
Oh, I thought you said I was.
I said, who was?
Oh,
W. I'm trying to bring
Dub.
it back.
Yes, Dub. Well, Dub deserted. He was a deserter.
He did.
He was a
desert.
classic.
Yeah, he was
did a
like,
little
look at my
cocaine."
dive. And he like swam away from the boat.
Yeah, they were clocking him. They were trying to time his dive. And
He's
he never
wasting
came back
away
up.
in Margaritaville.
Yeah.
And then they made him get sober so he could be evangelical.
They were like, we need you. Jeb doesn't have it. And they weren't wrong. They picked
No,
the
Jeb
right
didn't
son.
have it. Yeah.
Because W,
The good son.
he was the good son, but the bad son.
Yeah, but Jeb, yeah.
Which is what made him relatable. You needed the
was
guy who
Floridian.
used to be a drunk, doing cocaine, partying. You could see partying with him in college.
Yeah.
If you went there.
Well, there's a lot of people where you're like, yeah, I would do lines with that guy, but he doesn't need to be running the show.
Right. And Jeb ain't him.
No, Jeb's like,
Slick Willie.
Jeb's kind of too big of a nerd.
He is. He's way too big of a nerd.
Well, Bill, I think, is just a perv, which I don't approve of.
Bill's a huge perv. But again, as much as I dislike, I'm just talking about party time. You could see young Bill being fun at a party.
Sure.
No?
I don't know.
Okay.
I know too much about him.
That's true. I mean, he's a filthy
He's a
human being.
filthy,
He's an awful,
filthy
filthy
man.
man.
Yeah.
Yeah, the move was made due to security concerns and threats, which her spokeswoman stated it made her unsafe to live in her apartment. And that, according to the New York Times, she is, quote, paying fair market rent for a home on a military base?
What does that mean?
Don't know what that means, and I don't know that it matters. Like, who cares?
Yeah, they just want to be like, interesting.
She's one of several anyway. They're all moving into military bases because they're unsafe.
It's so funny because I think of like the rich and powerful. Obviously, she's like licking up crumbs. I'm not saying she's anywhere near the top, but I think of the great luxury as like, Ted Turner, like buy a few states and
A ranch.
become a cowboy or colonize Mars, but being
Yes.
like, look at me in my high tower, which is actually a military
Which is actually a
prison.
military
Yeah, like
base,
it's just
yeah.
like, it seems like total hell.
You're right. No, she doesn't get into that. That's, again, this is like, and with the whole Trump administration, it's like, it's the outcasts and the losers who don't actually even, among the traditional elites,
Right.
are not even, they're like, ew. Like the
Yeah.
traditional elites are like, no, we have our, you said, our ranch space, like outdoors, colonizing Mars. Even you look at some of the luxury bunkers.
Buying an island.
The luxury bunkers, at least yes, they're underground, but you look at the floor plans of these places and you're like,
they have a
home
bowling
theater,
alley.
a bowling alley.
Yeah.
Yes. There's something. This is like, no, you just wake up on a cold metal military base.
Yeah.
You get up, you take a registered pistol from your military issued pistol, you shoot a dog in the head, and you go and have like breakfast at in the infirmary, and you're like, or well, wherever.
Infirmary.
You got a medical procedure with breakfast.
No,
but you know what I mean. Like, there's nothing. There's nothing about that other than like, I feel safe here. Yeah,
I mean, there's something to be said for safety. To me, that's like branding too. She's like, they're all coming for me. It's like, no,
You're
they're
right.
not.
The
Nobody
victim
gives
complex.
a shit.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
But this is just news to me. And
Well,
I'm excited.
It's news to all
I'm
of
Kevin
us.
Nealon, and that's news to me.
Here's some breaking news.
Deep cut for
the Rizzler's a person, and Christy Gnome's in detention.
All right. Well, I think we did it.
I think we did it. I want to thank you for your service.
Oh, yeah.
You were in the Coast Guard, I heard.
I'd like to remind everyone I'm not claiming to have enlisted in the Coast Guard.
No stolen V on this pod.
No, I would never.
I love you dearly.
Love you, darling.
Shh. Till next week.
All right. Shh. And Dick lived his life like a candle in the wind.